Oh, I didn't see you there, reading my player's handbook here. Welcome everybody to another live stream of our D&D game. Today we're going to be picking up for part 2 of Mine of Phandelver. Just a warning to everybody who might be tuning in or catching this on YouTube. This will contain spoilers, and we're about just the first part of the adventure, but if you're going to play it, you might want to hold off on watching this. There might also be adult language, this is a live stream, so we can't predict what's going to happen. I'd watch out for this one over here. Let everybody do introductions. I'm Greg Bilsland. I'm a senior producer for R&D.
I'm Liz Lamb-Ferro. I am brand manager for Magic the Gathering.
I'm Josh Dillard. I am a project analyst in game support.
I'm Chris Dupuis. I'm one of the designers on Kaijudo.
And I'm Tanji, graphic designer for D&D.
And with that, we will pick up where we last left off. During the last game,
my Goblin.
When we last left off, the party had been journeying with a wagon full of mining supplies on behalf of Gundren Rockseeker, your patron, who had sent you from Neverwinter to the town of Phandelver to deliver these materials. Gundren Rockseeker had gone up ahead with a knight named Sildar Hallwinter, and you then found their horses slain on the road and no sign of your patrons. You were also then ambushed by goblins and proceeded to kill them and take one prisoner, a goblin named Slurry. No comment.
What do you call him? Slushy!
A Slurpee.
Slurpee! Alright, Slurpee. Sorry.
Another name for him.
You called him Slurpee and then hurled him face first into other goblins.
Worked, didn't it?
And then he was able to lead you toward the Kragmaw cave where the goblins' tribe was. It was several hours' journey off of the road. You left the materials back behind, and as you were discussing what to do at the entrance to the cave, there was another attack. A pair of goblins took aim at you, felling one of the characters. And just as one of the goblins rushed into the cave to alert the others, Valen struck it with a ray of frost, bringing it down.
Did he actually get an opportunity to yell into the cave?
He did.
Okay.
So we pick up with Roxy, Heart, Iron Fist. Actually, why don't you guys introduce your characters really quick? Just
Sure.
Name, class, and race.
All right, so I'm also a very, very, very new D&D player, so bear with me. I am a hill dwarf, and I'm a cleric, level 1.
And your name is Roxy.
And my name is Roxy.
I'm playing Valen Glanodel, who is a wizard and also acolyte in service to glorious Ogma.
I'm playing Aiden Corlin, who is a human fighter.
I'm Richard Dunnigan, who is also a human fighter, but more specialty and ranged.
Good
Okay.
for you.
So on the grass kind of near the trail where you guys had come out lies the unconscious body of Roxy, still breathing, but
Not dead yet.
but stable at least. The rest of you are sort of arrayed near the stream, the cave entrance. And I believe Aiden, you had rushed into the brush to take out one of the goblins. You had swung Slurry, who was on a leash, trying to take out one of the other goblins. You heard a sharp gasp, and you don't know the state that he is in either.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
I will, because the goblin yelled into the cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then I will run over and position myself between the cave and our downed cleric.
Okay.
And holler back, "Please wake her! I have a wound that seems to be festering."
I do not believe that she's sleeping. I think she may actually have taken significant wounds.
She's breathing. I see her chainmail moving. She's fine. Wake her, please.
So you kind of move up closer to the stream in the cave entrance where you can see there's the dead body of the goblin that had been struck by the ray of frost, further in, it's kind of dark, although you can make out maybe looks like a bend in the path. There's a path that leads up alongside the stream, and there's a right-hand corridor as well.
Okay.
Do we know if the other goblin in the bush was taken out too?
Yeah, you guys had taken him out before the one left running to alert the others.
Should we check on Slurpee or leave him be?
No, I think he's fine. I'm sure he'll come back. We should more more about the goblins coming out of the cave.
Okay, I will run to aid our cleric.
Slurpee, come back now.
You can go over to Roxy, who is unconscious but stable, and a little interjection of rules here. So when a character is unconscious, when they've hadn't taken enough damage to drop them to 0 hit points, they have to be magically healed in order to come back, or they have to get enough rest before they regain 1 hit point.
Ooh. Okay, I can't do that. Can you?
No. I am unfortunately unskilled in any sort of healing magic.
Should we hide her body in the bushes for now? I'm
just get a bucket of water.
Perhaps I might pose a suggestion, my lordship.
Yes.
Perhaps we could retreat for a short time until our cleric friend has had an opportunity to regain consciousness, and then return after she's awake.
Excellent plan. Perhaps we will find Slurpee in the meantime.
Okay.
That seems like a very good idea.
Okay. Did you actually want to go try to recover the goblin's body?
No, we should go take her into the bushes where Slurpee went. That seems like an excellent hiding place.
Go into the bushes?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to sit out in the open, wait for the goblins to come out. We'll let the goblins come out and think it was a false alarm with their dead goblins all around.
Should we hide his body?
Let's hide the goblin bodies.
Okay.
That is an excellent plan.
There is one near you. The other one is already in the brush. Where
Into the brush.
Okay, yeah. I assume the stream's not very deep, so the brush is probably a better
Something
idea.
like a couple feet deep.
So you're putting my body next to the goblin bodies. Great.
No, that's a bad idea. We do different. There's more than one set of brush, I think.
We throw the goblins. You will drag by the boot.
Excellent.
Gently, yes, except for the rocks and stuff.
Maybe it'll wake her.
Perhaps you, Dunnigan, should take care of the cleric, and you can have the goblin bodies.
All right. Haul her over and set her down in the brush, it sounds like?
Yes.
Okay.
On a bed of brush.
Okay.
Thank you. my unconsciousness thanks you.
And you stash away the goblins without a problem. At this point, about a minute has passed, and you haven't heard any signs of alarm coming from the cave.
While they're moving bodies, since I'm the weakest of the bunch, I will continue watching the cave specifically for any.
Okay. You can make a wisdom check, wisdom perception.
22.
You don't hear any sounds of alarm coming from the cave. The only thing that you hear is the trickle of water, and it sounds like maybe down that right-hand corridor, the occasional yap of a dog or maybe a larger animal.
It seems the goblins have pets.
Can we see if there's any
should
other
note
cave
that.
entrances or little nooks that they could come out and sneak out from?
Sure, yeah. If you want to take a quick stroll along the hillside to try to spot things, go ahead and make a wisdom check using perception.
Oh, not so good. 7.
Okay. You kind of look around. There aren't any obvious caves.
Well, I guess if we're waiting for the cleric to wake up, I will stand watch with my javelin, waiting for the goblin to come out of the cave.
All right.
Oh.
The rest of you?
Is our halfling friend still here? Can he set traps, or is he just sleeping?
That's right.
Weird,
We
he's
are
gone
down
catatonic.
a person. Aiden thinks that it would be advisable for him to go on to Phandelver to warn people of this goblin threat and find out whether your patrons maybe, I don't know, have been transported or
Maybe they're okay.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Excellent plan, NPC peasant.
So how long
Or
will
sorry,
we
not
normally
Aiden.
have to wait?
Astaire. Sorry, how long?
How long will we normally have to wait for Roxy to feel better?
I was just trying to remind myself of that using my player's handbook.
Product placement.
So the rule is that a stable creature who's unconscious, or a person, a stable person, that isn't healed regains 1 hit point after 1d4 hours.
Oh.
I have to wait a while.
Oh, someone will you for?
So are you guys going to actually
2 hours.
All right.
Do I need to roll it or should?
You will gain. You don't need to roll for the time. What I'm
Okay.
going to just roll real quick is to see. Okay. It's after about an hour of waiting that.
Can we count that hour as a short rest?
Oh.
Yeah, you
Do
can.
you have our...
So
yeah.
you guys who need healing can spend your hit dice to heal up.
I
Go ahead and
will.
explain that to the people who are watching who may not understand. That'd be great.
So during a short rest, which is an hour, a character can spend hit dice. You have hit dice equal to the level that you are, and you roll it. You add your Constitution modifier, and you regain that many hit points. The reason Roxy can't do that is because being unconscious, she isn't actually resting. She just regains the 1 hit point after 1d4 hours. Then, presumably after that, you could spend hit dice if you had it. So,
I'm going to be rude. Chris, what's your character's name?
Aiden.
Spell that for me.
A-I-D-E-N.
And what? He's a human?
Yep.
Human what?
Human fighter.
Okay.
Of the noble background.
Yeah, okay with
It's
Well,
very
I certainly
important.
who has a passive perception of 12 or higher?
I have a 13.
I have a 13.
13.
I
You
don't know
are-
what anything. I'm trying
You
to
are
still
passively unconscious. Look over there. Your head kind of twitches in the direction.
She can't actively perceive, she's unconscious,
Yeah.
but passively.
Exactly.
Her subconscious is going to notice everything.
You're having
This is a rockin' dream I'm having.
nightmares of goblins sneaking up on you.
But I can find them every time.
So the two of you, and sorry, Amy,
13.
13. Okay, the three of you, as you're waiting in the brush, kind of poised to attack anything that comes out.
Liz is
Hear the
RXY.
hear the faint scrape of, it sounds like footsteps coming down the tunnel after about an hour.
Should we hide?
I think we're hidden. Are we hidden?
Is she awake yet?
You're in the brush, but you didn't say that you were actively making much of a effort to
We should make
hide.
an effort.
We should. She has not woken yet, so we should hide.
Am I snoring?
I don't know. Do you snore?
I don't know.
You don't.
You tell us?
I don't. Okay.
You don't.
It's your character.
I'm a dwarf, so.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of DM that tells people whether they snore.
But
or
I'm not a gnome, so I feel like I don't snore.
That's true. That's true.
So what did you want to do? You hear the sound of, sounds like footfalls coming down.
I'm going to attempt to hide. The whole goal was to stay hidden.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're kind of unconscious on the ground, so why don't, because you want to participate, we'll let you make a stealth check to see how well they hid you.
Okay. I use a D20 for that, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to use one of the big ones now.
The rest of you guys can also make stealth checks.
Oh.
Oh no.
I only
Darn it.
This is just a 5.
Okay, so you would add any stealth you have to, it's in the skill list.
Skills, I have -1 with a star. See my equipment. I have chainmail.
Yes, which also, because you're in heavy armor, although actually I'm not going to apply that because you're not moving around.
It seems
Okay.
she does snore.
Well,
Talks in her sleep.
apparently.
14.
12.
7.
Okay.
Stand up. We're supposed to be quiet!
So as you guys are kind of down in the brush trying to stay out of sight, you see the squatted form of a goblin come out, and he's kind of looking around. and it seems to kind of squint his eyes and look in the direction that a group of you are hidden in the brush. And then turns and runs.
No!
Roll initiative.
But
Are you human?
yes.
You still have
Alright.
Oh my
See,
god.
that's when you replace
This is
that
not
die.
good. Yeah.
Here, I got
okay.
extras.
I'll take one of those instead.
See, this one's, my pink one's still going
I like
strong.
the pink
Yeah.
one.
It's 2 15s in a row. It's solid.
I got a 2 in my initiative.
I'm
Oh,
happy
this
to
one
trade
is
after
good.
that stealth roll. For the good of the party.
the goblin.
Alright, Blue.
Alright, pink.
8.
Yes, goes.
Valen.
I only got a 4.
Oh, I got a 5.
This is what happens when you take notes all the time. 14.
Okay. So as you see, this goblin clearly is aware of you, and you're aware of him. He spins around to try to flee back into the cave. The only person who gets to act before the goblin is Aiden.
Yes. Luckily, I trained with this javelin. Oh no.
Did you?
Did you know?
14.
The javelin just flies past him, just barely nicking his ear.
Oh.
I'll get him next time.
Did you want to do anything else?
Yeah, hide in shame.
Maybe if we keep hiding, no one will believe him. Like,
Yes.
there's no one out here.
I'm gonna chase after him.
Okay, so you can move right to the cave entrance. And you can see now even more clearly there's that bend to the right, as well as the stream continues on up into the cave, and there's this small path along the side, on the right side.
This seems like a horrible plan!
And the goblin, on its turn, is going to flee speed. I think its speed is 60 feet.
Did it actually come out of the cave at all, or did it just come to the edge of the cave?
It just came right to the edge of the cave.
Okay.
Is going to flee using its dash, using an action to dash. It moves double its movement, so it is going to go way up into the cave beyond your human vision into the darkness.
Interesting.
And it has begun to let out a alarm call.
Why do they always have alarms?
It just shouts alarm. Alarm!
Put in Goblin, so this sounds like a weird scream.
Done again.
Okay. Darn. How's Roxy feeling? Still sleepy?
Still unconscious.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to hang out by Aiden, and
Yes, we will form the line and protect our sleeping comrade.
yes. And there's no way, since I'm human, I can't see that.
It's completely in darkness.
Do you have a torch?
I do have a torch. Yes, 10 of them.
Wow. Would you like to send one of them into the cave?
10 torches.
Like,
okay.
just throw it into the cave or go into
It's like
the
in a
cave?
Throw it away.
bandolier, just
Maybe we'll
strapped.
throw the
Carry
torch and see what happens to it. Then we'll follow behind.
Adventure backpacks are quite big. They have to be for the
It's
loot.
like Mary Poppins.
Okay, I'm gonna light my torch and
And
maybe throw it.
so if you move, getting out the torch and lighting it would be an action.
An action.
So you can be right at the cave entrance with Aiden.
Okay.
Brings us to Valen.
Sigh. I will slowly make my I'll make my way to the cave entrance. With my elven dark vision, can I see it better into the cave?
You can definitely see better into the cave.
Can I see the yelling goblin?
The yelling goblin, which I'll consult my map here, has moved around a corner and is no longer within view.
He has gone around the corner. I think we are either going to need to advance to deal with him, or perhaps to continue our withholding outside.
We could do an ambush if they want to come outside.
Something tells me they're aware of us by now. I mean, we could wait, or we could leave our comrade out here for Slurpee to come back and say hello.
I think that's a poor idea.
You're probably correct.
We could move her and rest elsewhere, perhaps down the path a short ways.
How's the cave opening like? Is there like a place to perch above it, or like?
Like to stick me out of sight?
It's a pretty steep incline. You could probably
Dig a hole in the
you could
ground.
probably climb up, but you would have to
That's my head.
stay holding on to it to be able to
We'll
not.
just take you on a raft and
Prepare
float you
an
down the
attack.
stream.
Right at the mouth.
I'm sure it'll be
Set it on fire.
That's
The stream that's 2 feet deep and about this wide.
Just set the raft
slow.
on fire and
Yeah.
send it down.
What
I think that's an excellent plan.
You're not dead yet. But
What was your idea?
To wait at the mouth of the cave and then ambush them, because they're probably gonna have to come out.
How wide's the cave mouth?
It's only about 7 feet.
I love your plan.
Bottom
I think it's great. We're going to stand on either side of the cave entrance and wait for another goblin to come peek his head out.
Okay.
While Roxy rests.
I'll return
Still
to
in the brush.
Just
I'll
resting.
return to near Roxy and make sure nothing comes up from behind or off to the side.
Thanks, I appreciate it. My unconsciousness appreciates it.
Your sad unconsciousness.
Do we want to put one of the goblin bodies out at the mouth to
Like
entice them?
an anglerfish?
Yeah.
Hanging from a rope.
Not a trap. On his clothing.
Thanks.
Sure. Maybe
Okay.
they'll come to retrieve their friend's body and we'll murder them. This is feeling weird.
No.
That's a terrible idea. I could marionette one of the goblin bodies. I could do my best to mimic goblin voices and
Weekend at Slurry's.
we get it slurries.
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry.
So we were coming to the goblin cave to find the dwarf that was taken from the horse.
Yeah,
right?
Gundren Rockseeker and his companion Sildar Hallwinter.
The longer we wait, the more likely it is that they will be
Oh,
killed.
right.
That is true.
So should we just go in then?
Walking into a cave full of goblins that they all know we're here seems dangerous at best.
Yes, I agree. I think we should wait
Okay.
until our sleeping friend awakes.
Okay.
We will try your plan because I think it is brilliant. I actually think I came up with it now, and we shall wait till she wakes.
Okay. If it doesn't work, you did.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys wanted to try to set up some kind of ambush in case they come out. So why don't you go ahead and give me some stealth checks.
I'm
Still not
See,
good.
look, you've been trading. I'm on
Conspicuous
fire
line
today.
into the brush.
My foot's just sticking out.
Yeah.
10.
15.
Pile some leaves, like a makeshift blanket on you.
Yeah. It's okay.
I
It's
appreciate it.
don't touch my dice.
Oh.
Keep it
I'm gonna roll
How to sign
stealth
on
as well.
There you go.
If you're attempting to hide with
Yeah, I'm hiding next to her. I'm
Okay.
not further back, but yeah.
Look how you wasted it.
Much better.
This one would be
He's hiding better than I am.
I got a 19.
Okay. So, after about an hour, you are at
Am I
one hit
awake?
point.
Yay! Okay.
However, it's just about that time that you don't notice the sneaky goblin, and you hear a clatter of chains from inside where that yapping sound was coming from.
Slurpy's a yapper.
I'm prepared to swing when something exits the cave.
They're letting loose the dogs of war.
Dogs
Uh,
are something.
They're
and
nice.
from that corridor that was like right
Whatever
up
you do,
here.
don't scream puppy.
Doggy.
Comes racing 3 wolves.
Oh.
I swear.
Doggies!
Doggies.
Roll for initiative. You're conscious, so you can roll for initiative as well.
Okay. Alright, guys, don't set me wrong.
You really have to work on it.
20!
10. I'm never
Minus
gonna pick
1,
up
so
a
19. Lies. Okay, but hey, you know?
Still a lot better than me.
Yeah. About that.
I'm terrible at initiative.
You're bigger. You're preparing.
It's true. I'm considering my actions right now. I prefer to watch and let everyone else do how the flow of battle is going to go.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Josh, you need to be more spontaneous. Sorry. Valen, you need to be more spontaneous.
Josh, you need to be more spontaneous as well. I'm
Yes.
very disappointed. Okay, so Roxy,
19.
Valen,
I came
7.
back. It's the pink dice.
Just come swinging.
Eden,
15.
Oh, it's even got glitter in it?
done again.
And it matches my nails?
Mm.
All right. So,
It's okay, we'll get him next time.
Roxy, you are just awakening as all this happens. You're at 1 hit point,
Okay.
and you're prone. You can decide what you want to do.
Well, so we've got wolves coming at us, and we don't know where Slurpee is. And the
Drink some water! Feel better!
Heal yourself.
I think there might have been a point of clarity. Like, Slurpee, sorry, was in the brush. Like, when last time you had been wielding him, you had kind of kept going around until he stopped yelling. Remember, he was like, ah!
Yeah. And then I threw him.
Okay.
And then he flew into the bush.
Yes.
And he
So,
never came back out of the brush.
do I need to heal myself at this point?
You may, if you've got any spell slots left.
I
So,
remember what I used last
You
time.
used one of them last time because you
Yes.
healed done again.
Yes.
Yes, only done again.
I'm aware.
I should say
So
on your
am I.
sheet how many you have. 2 of them total. So one more that you can use today.
Okay. I'm going to use
You want to use that one.
Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
So a creature you touch regains number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
so you should be good.
So, okay.
So one creature can be yourself, so
Okay.
you can roll a d8.
Okay,
That's 10.
that's a 10. Thank you.
That's 10. There you go.
That's an 8. Okay. So many dice.
Five.
Okay.
Your spellcasting ability is your wisdom modifier, that number there.
Okay, so plus 3, so 8.
And then, because you're a disciple of life, you actually get to add 2 plus the spell's level, so another 3.
Okay. So then I'm at 11.
Yes.
Sweet.
Nice.
That is a good thing.
All right, so that is your action.
Okay.
And you can also, if you want, stand up with some of your movement.
I would like to stand up and get myself going again. So.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you as you rise up, you can see that your couple of your companions are positioned near the cave mouth, and you can now hear what they hear, which is a bunch of yapping dogs.
All right.
After Roxy is Aiden.
I swear. Have they exited the cave yet?
They have not exited the cave. You waste your action. Next turn.
This is so exciting.
It's a practice swing.
Can I hold my action until they come out?
You can ready your action.
I
yeah.
will ready my action then.
Okay, and that brings it to the wolves. Racing out from this corridor come 3 wolves. They're sort of crowding in and running side by side, so they will run right up to where you are ready. What did you do, Chris?
This is your plan.
For the viewers at home.
Brilliantly. This was the plan all along, by the way. I rolled a 1. This is not going to go well for me. I swing my great axe and roll a 1.
Right over the dogs, the wolves, who will immediately set upon you and Dunnigan.
Well, he rolled a 1 though.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I feel like I'm getting away. I'm
Two of the wolves will go after Dunnigan. That's good.
I was expecting to fall into the wolf pack.
Good deflection. So only one of the wolves will attack Dunnigan. The other 2
I
will.
like that one.
Nope.
Why do you think I planted those dice?
I gave away my pink one. I don't know what I'm going to do now.
All right.
I never
Against Dunnigan, that's going to be a 11 to hit
Ooh, better.
versus AC. 11.
Oh, no miss.
Well done.
One will certainly miss you, Aiden. The other one is going to be a 23.
That'll hit.
All right. You're going to take 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh Oh dear lord.
And you must succeed on a strength saving throw or something happens.
Yes, 21.
All right. Despite the fact that these things are leaping at you, gnashing their teeth, you don't fall over.
Of course not. Because I stand. Now with a gaping arm wound. Just saying. Anytime now, if you're done with your nap.
Dunnigan.
Okay. I will help my friend here.
I'm bleeding quite badly.
Actually,
One of the wolves is attacking you, by the way.
Oh, so do they attack me if I shift backwards to use my longbow, or should I use close range attack?
So to move away from them without them taking an opportunity attack against you, you have to use the disengage action, which would replace your attack. Otherwise, you do risk being bitten at.
It's okay. I mean, we're
you
only talking
can
about +3 difference.
Yeah.
you
No,
can shoot while in combat, but you'll be at disadvantage.
I'm just gonna hack away.
Okay, so drawing out your
Greatsword.
Greatsword. Okay, take a swing.
Yes, well done.
19, 20. Wait, no, 22.
Certainly hits.
Yes.
Get extra hits.
Yeah.
9 slashing.
All right. You certainly injure one of the wolves, although it's still kind of limping and snapping at you. So it remains standing.
Show off. No,
The
seriously.
sun is like behind me. And my hair is flowing.
After Dunnigan is Valen.
This situation appears quite dire. And I do not want to hurt my friends, however.
Wolves?
Dire wolves.
I will.
They're dire wolves.
Did I hear however after that?
I'm not going to hurt my friends.
Oh, okay.
That was the however.
Oh.
I could. Burning hands, all of you.
That's what I heard. I'm not going to hurt my friends. However, like,
So instead, I will use magic missile. I'll target.
I will say there is a bit of space right between the two of them because they were off to the side,
Oh.
but it would risk putting you right in front of the 3 wolves.
That's a terrible idea.
Okay.
As a wizard, I'm going to pass. I will magic missile 1 at each wolf.
Okay.
on my arm.
I can describe to you in great detail the anatomy of your arm if that's what you'd like.
Just like it's off, please.
First wolf.
We'll say this is the injured one.
4 points.
Slays it. Yes. Collapses at Dunnigan's feet.
Next wolf. 5 points.
Okay.
Ooh.
And the last wolf. 3 points.
Okay. They give a yelp as the bolts of force strike them.
And then otherwise I try to sort of continue to maintain my position from the brush.
Okay. After Valen, it is the goblin that was unseen. The two of you now see a goblin go running from this corridor where the wolves came from back up the cave. And he is moving out of sight around the corner.
We'll accept your surrender whenever you're ready.
There's more of us.
Many, many more. Many less injured. 2.
I'm working on it.
What you said an hour ago before you took your nap.
Roxy.
Place your oxygen mask first before assisting others.
She makes a point from the future.
Anyway, not that we all know what oxygen masks are at this point, but so the goblin has gone down the corridor farther, and then we still have the wolves that are gnashing. 2
wolves that are attacking Aiden.
All right. Well, I would like to help with attacking not with attacking Aiden. I want to
Kiss your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
defend Aiden against the wolves. So how can I help with that?
You can rush into combat, swinging your weapon.
Yes.
Or fire if you have a ranged weapon, you could fire it into combat.
Or cast Sacred Flame.
Or Sacred Flame.
I've already cast 2 spells today.
Sacred Flame is a cantrip, so you in fact can cast it as much as you want.
Great, and let's do that. Sacred Flame. I'm going to Sacred Flame one of those silly wolves.
All right. I believe that is a dexterity saving throw from me.
Okay.
cocked.
So, for those at home who maybe are watching this for the first time, as a spellcaster, she has a set DC for her spells. I'm just rolling a saving throw for dexterity, adding the wolf's dexterity modifier, which gives it an 11. And so you're going to compare that to your spell saving throw there.
Oh, here on spellcasting ability?
Wisdom, saving throw, DC was you guys, it's 13.
Okay.
So because it didn't make the saving throw, it fails to get out of the way of your magic, and so with Sacred Flame, you're going to now roll damage.
Uh-oh.
So
that's
the spell description, that's good.
That's
Yes.
good. Okay.
Damage for the wolf.
Oh, not damage for me.
Right.
Okay.
So
Alright.
radiant flames erupt around the wolf. It gives a howl and damage. I think
Okay.
it's 1d6, but you're going to have to check because you've got this one. Or I could check using my handy player's handbook.
Really should have given you a pipe.
I mean, I'll just be mana.
Of course, since there's a ton more spells in this, it's going to take me probably longer to find it. There we are. Sacred Flame. 1d8 damage.
Okay, D8. That's this guy. Okay. Big bucks, no whammies. Oh,
3
wait.
points of
that's
damage.
3.
One of those had already taken a magic missile to the side, but it is still standing. Actually, both of them.
It is rather flamey. Could actually be an art piece for Sacred Flame.
It could, in fact. I should make that one Scorching Ray.
Okay.
After Roxy, assuming you want to stay where you are,
I do, but I want to move. Can I move closer to the wolves and Eden?
so you want to stay where you are, but you want to move closer?
Well, no.
Well,
I'm
she
not-
was thinking of the plan,
Her intention.
where
I
she
want
comes
to- I
closer
want
to
to
heal
move
her
closer.
friend.
Okay, so you're going to approach the cave mouth.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect.
Aiden.
Well, obviously, it's up to me to heal myself. So, first thing, I'm going to swing at the wolf that tried to bite my arm off with an 18.
Success.
All right. 9 slashing damage.
All right. That will slay one of the wolves. Now there's only one that remains.
Aha! But before I get too cocky, I'm going to use my second wind ability, which I can use as a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus my fighter level. Since... Ah, very nice. So I gain 10 hit points. I'm almost back to full.
Splendid.
And I will stay here.
Okay. The wolf, undeterred, will snap again at you. And that's going to be an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
7 points of piercing damage and a strength saving throw.
You might think Greg is getting some enjoyment out of this.
Maybe
You
just
would be
a little bit.
correct.
It is my birthday, after all.
That's right, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
And what else can a dungeon master ask for except a TPK?
Yes, strength saving throw of 21. Was that 7 points of damage?
Yeah, that's a lot. Success.
Wolves it hard.
So I started the adventure at 4. Now I got up to 11. Now I'm back to 4.
Done again.
Dip at 1.
There's
Oh,
a
I
wolf
will
snapping.
assist my party member right here.
Thank you.
Slash again with my greatsword.
Okay, hold it.
Ooh,
Very nice.
20.
Success.
Yes.
Obviously, you are learning well from being around me. Seriously,
Didn't
get it
get your
off.
arm.
Get it off.
Oh, 6, 7,
Very
8,
nice.
10 slashing.
All right, that is enough to finish off the remaining wolf.
Quickly, the
Anything
goblin
else?
ran that way.
Oh, I look amazing as like splatter. Again, I said it.
Strike
As
a
a
very
bonus
valiant
action, you look amazing.
On your feet, my friend. You must continue.
You healed me with your inspiration.
It was that inspiring.
It really was.
Don't look at me. I'm not giving you advantage. Unless that's one of your flaws is that you look amazing.
I've
In which
got
case, I could give you
rustic
inspiration.
She just adds it in.
Come, goblins.
I think we need to
Enjoy
talk
a
about
meal
what
with us.
rustic means.
All right, you're going to remain at the cave entrance?
I I did. Did I throw my torch in there?
You probably actually you would have had to drop it to draw your greatsword, so it's probably
Oh.
sitting at your feet.
Throw it in.
What?
Throw it in.
Okay.
We can't see that far.
I can't. I'm a human.
I'll let you kind of kick it in.
Okay, because I want to keep my sword ready.
Okay. The torch goes clattering into the entrance about 10 feet.
Do we see anything else? Any other goblins or wolves?
You can see, the only thing you can really see is, you kind of already told a little bit already, but this thing actually kind of bends off to the side.
Looks like there's a walkway on either side of the river.
This is actually really, there's not really a path on that side,
Okay.
just this side. And you can see that there actually is on this side kind of an opening as well. But this bends enough that it's impossible to see where the goblin went.
Is the water fairly deep?
It's only a couple feet deep.
Oh, okay.
Only deep if you're a halfling.
Great.
Okay, after Dunnigan
We
is
sent him
Valen.
back to town.
I'll
Yeah.
creep up to the cave mouth and kind of be off to the side and peer in to see that much stuff. What shall we do now?
We should probably chase after the goblin. However, I would like to congratulate the cleric on her excellent healing capabilities so far in this adventure. And ask him.
She appears to have been entirely successful healing the ones she intended to heal.
She is wonderful at that.
I'm 2 for 2.
We should probably chase after the goblin.
Yes.
All right then, lead on. Someone of more mealy stature.
I'm going to let the rustic one lead the way this
Okay.
time.
Come.
I think
Alright.
I think you've earned
Hospitality.
this.
We can temporarily move out of initiative as you guys kind of decide how you want to go into the cave.
Okay.
So there's a torch about 10 feet in, 2 branches off to the side, a path that continues up along the stream, and you know that the goblin fled around the corner.
Okay. Roxy, do you mind walking behind me since you've got dark
I can do that.
see in the dark? You can help me a little?
I can do that.
Okay, cool. Swords drawn, we move forward.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Guess
with
that
Dunnigan in
leaves
the
you and the
lead,
Maker.
Roxy,
Aiden.
Aiden, are you going third?
I'm not going last.
Okay.
I'll go last.
All right.
I am not the one doing this.
Do you pick up the torch as you go in?
Will I be able to hold both?
You'll have to drop the torch if you want to swing your greatsword.
Yes.
Okay. So, Dunnigan leading the way. When you get to that first passage,
Set up and you're gonna hit it with the greatsword as you go in for a strike. It's gonna be awesome.
It will be awesome.
as you get to that first passage on the right, you can see that just inside the cave mouth, there's a few uneven stone steps leading up to the dank chamber on the right. The cave narrows at the far end of that cave to a fissure, and you can smell kind of the pungent stench of animals coming out of this cave. It's pretty clear that this is where they had kept the wolves. There was a stalagmite that looks like it had chains attached, but that those have been removed, or there had been a spike posted in the stone and has been removed. And kind of near the back of the cave is a garbage heap, it looks like. And then there was kind of that fissure over here, column where the wolves were attached, and then garbage.
You know, that looks...
we're just gonna bypass it. We're just gonna go right past
Here
it.
you look at the map, it looks like a...
Fly, and then this... Yeah. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, let's not go in there.
Okay.
We continue.
I should be letting the graphic designers know everything. Here, I'll just give you the map and you can go out there for me. I mean,
Spoiler alert, we should go left.
The stairs, are they slippery, mossy, sturdy, fragile? What are
they're
they?
kind of crude, maybe carved out over the years of different creatures inhabiting this cave. It doesn't look like something the goblins would have
They
done.
look pretty solid, though.
Yeah. And there are some steps that kind of lead up here, you can see, as the cave goes upward. As you continue along to the next juncture, the main passage from the cave mouth goes steeply upward, while the stream is kind of plunging down some drop off, so it's flowing much more swiftly here. You can see that this passage has a steep, not as steep, but a escarpment there that looks like it could be clambered up.
Does it look like there's any signs of struggle? Can we see if anyone was dragged, which direction they went?
If you want to take a look at the path, make a perception check for me.
Oh, you see all.
I do.
Perception or investigation?
I perceive that she doesn't like to heal me that often.
No.
I also rolled a 20 on my perception check.
Okay. It looks like this passage is used very frequently. There's no drops of blood or any other signs of struggle. What those of you with dark vision, and maybe those of you with regular vision, can see just at the edge is that actually over here there's a rickety bridge going across.
How high up is it?
It is about 20 feet up.
Okay.
And
Above
of course
the stream.
Above the stream. Yes.
Sounds really ambushy.
Do we see anyone on those with dark vision, for example? Can we see anything on the bridge, or is it looking empty?
You can make that perception check if you want.
Okay. Can both of us do that to look?
Yeah.
Could I listen?
Yeah.
Only a 9.
You're looking at the
I don't-
ground.
I got a
I
6.
don't hear anything. Got
Plus
a
3, so I got 9.
We both got 9.
The bridge looks abandoned at the moment, and
I hear breathing. Oh wait, that's you.
I'm very out of shape. I'm a wizard.
I think we should go up this way. I point to the left.
Side room?
Yes. Because perhaps it will lead to the bridge.
Okay.
And then we can get the high ground.
Up the
And that means
steep,
auto win.
up the steep climb.
Yeah. Wait.
Yes.
Oh, it's
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 it
not
inclines as it goes up?
yeah, it's an escarpment, but it's kind of it's not a sheer surface.
Using my general sense of direction, does it look like both of these paths will eventually curl up and lead to the bridge, or does it look like one is going higher than the other? I'm very good.
Your innate sense of map drawing.
That one.
It's well educated.
You wouldn't have any from your vantage. Wouldn't have any cause to believe that, other than what you're deducing right now.
Let's go.
As you guys stand at this intersection, you hear a sudden roar from up above, the roar of water, as a deluge comes bursting down the cave, and you have a moment to try to dive out of the way.
I'm not dressed for this!
I don't know how to swim!
Everybody needs to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's terrible.
10 minus 1 is 9.
9 for 20.
5.
Okay, so Dunnigan, near the front, perhaps not coincidentally, can see and hear this coming and can actually dive out of the way into the little niche that's here. The rest of you are caught by the brunt of this.
What is that rumbling sound I hear?
What are you talking about?
The water slide!
Now it's a strength saving throw to try to hold yourself against the torrent of water.
Even worse.
18 plus 2, 20.
18.
Okay, so everybody, you guys can kind
Ow,
of hold
Valen.
against it, or maybe clutch the side
dice
of the wall.
is done. 2 fails in a row, that dice is gone.
But Valen goes tumbling down the cave,
No.
Goodbye, everybody!
taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you go.
Don't drink any of the water.
Oh, yeah.
It can't be clean.
Tastes like Goblin.
Oh, why do you know that?
Extensive years of research.
Fresh goblin or old goblin?
Sort of in between.
Okay.
Well,
Room temperature goblin.
Room temperature,
Oh.
tepid Goblin.
Ew.
Oh, lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
That took a turn.
So you're basically Valen sent back to the cave entrance. Dunnigan, you're against this escarpment. The other two of you are still in the main path. What would you guys like to do?
Are you okay?
I'm
How is my
fine.
spellbook okay? That's the first thing that I check.
Yeah, it's a little waterlogged, but presumably the pages are a nice vellum, so it's pretty resistant.
I think that I'm all right. Yes.
Come back then. Before the next river
Your
flow
parchment,
comes.
on the other hand, where you've been taking your notes.
My notes are destroyed. I'm going to need about 15 minutes to retake my notes.
If I quickly look behind me, do I see anything in this little nook I'm in?
It's a little bit steep, so without
Only the wolf's face.
trying to.
Never-ending stars. Like,
Without pulling yourself up a bit on the escarpment, you don't really have advantage because it goes up about 10 feet to
Oh.
what looks like a little ledge.
okay. Can I work on getting up there while my friends?
Yeah, certainly. It's not steep enough to where you need a climb check. You can just or a athletics check. You can just do it.
Okay.
Good scrambling. Good scrambling.
Way to hustle.
Quietly.
So you can kind of pull yourself up on the rubble there. How much would you say your character weighs?
Oh, well. I mean, I'm
He's
a
a
little...
folk hero after all.
I am a folk hero. I'm a little poor, so I'm not that, heavy because I'm not kind of hungry.
What sort of armor are you in?
I am leather armor,
that's
so
good.
I'm fairly light.
But you are a human. And
I am a human.
Male or female?
Oh, male.
Male.
I'm skinny.
All right. I think I'm going to say you weigh over 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with, I'm a lean 155.
So as you kind of pull yourself up onto this, you feel the ledge starting to give way
Oh, no.
as you scramble up, and you need a dexterity saving throw to try to grab on before.
Oh, no!
Natural one.
That you don't want to do that.
I don't.
No.
I
and
thought
so-
you gave me a good one.
No, there's
Well,
three
you guys
more
are
of
just
that.
getting abused in every which
That
way.
one.
So as you come tumbling down, you're going to take only 3 points of
That's
bludgeoning
not-
damage,
Okay.
and you fall prone at the base of the escarpment.
I fell backwards or?
Backwards, back toward the
Oh.
stream.
Okay. So, and I just yell, "Come on, guys! I'm waiting."
Yeah.
Prone there. Remember, they're still standing like right back here.
We're just shaking our heads.
I don't.
get up.
I don't know.
I'll
Okay,
work
so you
on-
get up.
I'll work on standing up
You're
again.
retaking your notes.
I'm laying out parchment to dry and copying what notes are still legible.
Okay. The other two of you.
Well, seeing as she's not going to heal me, I guess
Well,
I might as well.
I will later. Give me time. I just got my act back together. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to go forward to help Dunnigan back up on his feet.
Okay.
Thank you.
You may do so. And
Okay.
Is it possible to lift Roxy up if she can look over?
yeah, it looks like now that the rubble has kind of settled, it might be safer to try to climb up. But yeah, you could kind of support one another as you
Okay.
look
With
up.
your eyes.
I can do that with my,
Okay.
my dark vision.
And when you do so, you can see that
Or
there's
chicken.
a short ledge and then it looks like another escarpment further up. So it goes up like 10 feet, there's a ledge, it goes up another 10 feet, and then at the top you can see that there's another corridor that bends to the right and left.
Okay. So clearly, we gotta go there.
Okay.
We got a few minutes probably before we gotta let Liz go.
Okay.
I can wait till like 5:20.
Okay.
Something tells me they didn't drag the dwarf this way.
But it could be like a secret cut around.
It could
It does
be, yes.
look like it is at the same elevation as the bridge.
Oh, rats. I walked through the water.
Okay,
You
let's
come over.
hustle. Let's get up there.
All right.
Quietly.
You might want to catch up, Note Man.
Fine.
So who's going up the ledge first?
I'll boost
Me.
you up.
Oxy? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait at the entrance area until the wizard catches up with us.
Okay. So
It's always good when the DM snickers.
So, Valen, as you hurry up and join the group,
Oh
you
no.
guys hear another rush of water.
Oh no.
I regret everything.
You're on the ledge, so you're good.
Sweet! I did something nice.
The rest of you need dexterity saving throws.
I have faith that you can do this.
Is this the point where I can swear, since you did the disclaimer?
10.
By Morden's beard.
4.
11.
10.
Well, I was hoping more of you would hang on because I really
Sorry, wait, you
trust
got
your
10.
choices.
You got
11.
11. Okay, so you two are good. You need another strength saving throw. So you can throw yourself into the niche.
10?
10 is not enough
Oh.
for the strength saving throw. So you go tumbling down.
Down the river I
We're
go.
not even fighting anything. It's water.
Beaten by the
Aiden, can
stream.
you swim?
I'm
Lukewarm.
just saying, when the
Not when I'm
goblins,
unconscious.
when the goblins have outsmarted you by using a river. I just said something about the party, that's all.
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
Hey
no.
man, I'm doing alright.
You're doing just
I'm
fine.
doing alright.
You're all doing just fine.
So, you see Aiden's
numbers.
body
Remember,
go
you don't-
tumbling down.
Remember, you don't stack negative
This-
points.
This,
Oh, no, I'm at 0.
yeah.
No.
I'm at 0 and I'm
And
unconscious
you
going down
see
the river.
his body sort of slide as the water kind of dissipates. His body slide to the end of the cave.
Is he bouncing off of
Is that like a...
Remains laying there.
Do I get like a 50-50 face-up, face-down roll?
Sure, we'll say face down in the stream.
Is that better?
No, that's
So you see your companion does not get up after this deluge.
Aiden. I don't think he's moving.
Oy. Alright.
Roll your first death saving throw.
Oh,
I rolled a 13.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
do we have to go? I mean, we've come so far.
I'm at the bottom still. I can go out and attempt to retrieve him.
Can we
we
split
drag
up?
him with
Dunnigan
us?
and I go forward and you guys...
Wait
so
a
we
few hours
split
for
the
him to
party.
wake up.
Roll a second death saving throw.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay,
I will head out there at this point.
Okay.
Have we told the players at home about death saving throws and how that works? Yes, we did last time.
Explained it last time.
You
Okay.
can do it again, though. We may not have the same viewers, so.
So when you drop to 0 hit points every round, and I'm just kind of just taking a rough guess at how long about a round is as they discuss what to do. Make a death saving throw, which is just a d20. If it's 10 or higher, you get a mark of success. If it's 9 or lower, you get a mark of failure. If you roll a natural 1, you get 2 failures. If you roll a 20, you come back with 1 hit point. When you hit 3, you are stabilized. Or you die. Stabilize or die. So it sounds like Valen, you're hurrying back to pull him
over there.
out of the
Get him
water.
out of the water. Turn him over. Struggle to roll his armored self onto his back.
And if you want to make a medicine
Make a
check.
medicine check, yeah. Ooh, that's good. 16.
Yep. You manage to stabilize him. He coughs up some water, but remains unconscious.
okay.
So,
Alright.
so,
Needs to get
so you
healed.
scrambled up the rest of the ledge to where Roxy is.
Wait, Wait, this is when you throw me in the goblin garbage heap and we leave for 2 hours, right?
That's a great plan, actually.
Because I am not going to wake up happy. Alright.
The goblin garbage would just leave you.
Carry some trash on you.
2 or 3 hours later, you wake up and you're just in a trash heap. There's no one around, it's pitch
Then you
black.
roll for stealth check and you blend in, and so it's...
We'll take your torches too. You'll have no idea where you're at.
Oh my
God.
Strip him his armor.
I don't want to be friends with you guys.
So, did you two want to rejoin your companions, including the unconscious one, back at the cave entrance, or did you want to try to continue to make your way into the cave?
You know, I would say that it is up to you, but...
It is your cousin.
It is, but, you know, I don't always necessarily know exactly what I should be doing, so I feel like I need some help with some guidance, and so if you think we should go forward, then I think that that's the right direction to go, and I would support that.
Oh, well, I mean, I want to go, but I know we shouldn't split up.
But you're so wise and strong, then again, we should be able to do that.
Now I feel like we should just go. Like, you know.
Trying to remember your... Way to turn one of your positive traits into a potential flaw, encouraging the other party members to go boldly into the deadly dungeon.
This could be our destiny, so... Wizard, can you handle our friend?
I'm sure I can handle him just fine.
Can you, like, somehow heal him, or...
He's not going to die.
Okay.
He'll wake up in a while, I'm sure.
Okay.
Give him, you know,
Seeing whether you had
approximately somewhere between 3,600 seconds and
Okay.
4 times that.
Let's head forward and be ready to retreat.
Excellent.
We move forward with great ambition.
Gusto.
Yeah.
Oh, we can push it a little longer. So,
It's very nice knowing the two. It's been wonderful adventuring together.
They don't know anything about this adventure except one.
It's the goblin privy.
So you guys can scramble up the escarpment to the next level if you want. Did you want to try to stash Aiden somewhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to slowly drag him somewhere where I can
Back out like into the brush,
the brush.
before? Okay.
It's like a hideout.
Not the goblin garbage.
Oh, that's a good point. I'll start, setting it up, making a little dwelling out of it, clearing some space to the inside.
It's very homey.
We've spent enough time in there at this point.
Darnell.
Yeah.
Uh,
This bed in the meadow is so good.
It's lovely.
So the two of you
With the flowers on the wall.
continue boldly on. When you get to the top of the ledge, you can see that this appears to open into a larger chamber, and you can smell goblin coming from that direction.
What do goblins smell like?
Wizard?
Wet dog.
Okay.
And garbage.
Garbage.
I was just gonna say chicken.
And a little bit of
delicious.
And then you can see that this path
Bloody chicken.
bends a little this way. Oh, your torch would have gone out, so if you are going to continue, you'll need to light another one. Or you can move in the dark.
I will move in the dark because I don't want to alarm any of the goblins just yet, especially with the smell.
Okay.
So I'll hope that my Roxy is good with the eyes.
Okay. So you can kind of lead her along.
Where are the two people that are actually adventuring right now, Greg?
Right at the entrance to Area 6.
Adventure.
Right outside ambush.
So yes, this is the direction the smell comes from, and what do you guys want to do?
Can we listen for a little bit?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. See what's going on?
Make a perception check. At this point, you could have stashed him away, and you can start to make your way back in if you want.
15.
Yeah, I'll
18.
do my best to make sure he's as hidden as he's going to get, but they're going to need me more than he is at this point, so.
Agreed.
Yeah. Maybe Slurpee will save you.
Don't give him any ideas.
That's actually a wonderful idea. I'll take a moment and find the goblin.
All right, you find Slurry's unconscious body lying in kind of brush kind of further away.
I'll drag him into the space where I've got and lie them next to one another very casually. He was very concerned for his goblin friend.
Goblin gnawing at my neck.
I just have to roll for how long it's going to take for
The
him.
fingers first.
Okay. So with your excellent perception checks, you can hear, it sounds like quite a few goblins down in that chamber moving about. You hear the occasional, they're kind of talking in muffled tones. There's also a faint smell you notice now of maybe cook fire or coals. But nothing particularly discernible. I don't think either of you speak Goblin.
No.
Do you have a
He speaks
kind
Goblin.
of blast or attack or anything that we can surprise them with?
Sacred Flame, I can do.
At this point, since you just started down to your cantrips, you probably won't have anything that's
Okay.
a major spell like a Burning Hands, for example.
No. Alright. I think we head their direction though.
Yeah.
If you feel like that's the right way to go, I can
God.
see the way. So
I am blind to my shortcomings.
So,
Sure, you can handle it. Just
why don't you both take a point of inspiration, because this is truly
terrible.
inspiring. So for those at
Inspiring,
home,
that's the word.
Like A-Team inspiring? or Three Stooges inspiring?
remains to be seen. So for those at home, they both have negative personality traits and flaws, and so because they are behaving role playing to their flaws and negative personality traits, they are getting inspiration, which lets them get advantage on a roll, which could end up helping. So it sounds like you guys were moving quietly, though.
Oh yeah, super
Yeah.
quietly.
Okay. So make
We pull out the pots and pans.
make stealth checks. At this point, you can get to the bottom of the escarpment and start to climb your way
I
out.
will attempt to climb up the ledge.
oh no.
Darn it.
Oh no! And I have -1.
So you have disadvantage, but since you rolled a 1, really, there's nothing worse than that.
You sure she wasn't inspired to do better?
You could.
I was kidding about the pots and pans.
So even if you used your
Inspiration.
inspiration,
Nope.
it would only cancel out the disadvantage that you're gonna
Yep.
have already. Which
Yep, let's not use it then. Let's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Hold it for the
Yeah.
afterlife.
Or when we
And what
start
was-
attacking.
what was yours?
9.
Okay. So neither of you move particularly quietly, and as you sort of creep around that corner, you
stop
hear
around the corner.
one of the goblins say something, and then they all kind of go quiet.
I remember all of the noises that Slurpee used to make, and I just go.
All right.
This is role playing in his
Will recall
body.
that he was talking to you mostly in common after he revealed that he knew common as well. Are you just making noises, or are you actually trying to say something in a goblin voice?
Yeah.
Like if you say something in common in a
Oh
goblin.
no! Like
You're just making noises.
Making goblin sounds.
Okay. Roll a deception check.
Oh.
Come on, you got it.
Oh! 18.
that would be
DM
with
was
the
not
-1. You hear one of the goblins call out, and actually this goblin sounds like it maybe is a little further in and up kind of to the left, whereas most of the goblins sounded like they were to the right. So more G's are over here, and it sounds like there's another G over there. And it says, um,
18.
It says more. It says some more stuff to you.
And I go, and I pretend like I'm walking away.
Okay. And do you actually walk away, or do you just?
I do the stomping where you get.
Okay. At this point, you can. You are up there.
Oh, actually,
yeah, you can get to the top. If you want to approach where they are, you're going to need to make a stealth check.
I will quietly
You
approach
see this
where
happening.
they're at.
And we're totally like,
Oh my god! Another natural one. Wonderful.
guys, I was working really hard.
I will tell stories. Tales of your glory.
Fortunately, because you're walking as she is making her footsteps, it doesn't actually. They wouldn't have any cause to suspect because they think there's a goblin out there. So you can sneak up, making noise. You guys hear him coming, and the goblins cease to call out to you, and they go back to whatever ruckus they were making before. You can't see any of this. Oh no, you can't see any of this. You're in the dark.
Do you have darts
You hope
facing the
you're
wall?
high-fiving.
Yeah.
You know it's the
So
bugbear.
Roxine, we high five.
All right.
Okay.
And so I think we're gonna have to leave it at that. With on the precipice of
That was awesome. Well done.
danger.
You too.
I try hard not to drown.
You're keeping Slurpee warm.
It's gonna eat me.
I know.
You're casually draping him over you to keep you warm,
just
but
be Big
I'll just
Spoon.
lay him next to you.
Aiden,
He's still tied up. He's not.
Yeah, Aiden, you can be Big Spoon.
Oh, okay.
Just so long as you didn't taunt on him.
Oh, he's so tiny.
It's like a hat.
Well, you want to keep the top of your head warm.
It's true.
Sure keeps the heat in.
So, are we going to continue this again next Monday? Are people available? Before I tell people we're going to play next Monday?
I hope so,
Yeah.
because we didn't play last Monday. And I was
I know.
sad.
That was my fault. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not-
So it looks like we'll be playing next Monday, everybody. So please join us again next Monday as we continue. Do we have Adam back next Monday?
He's
No.
out for another week.
All right. So we won't have our rogue, which is awesome in a place. We're trying to be all sneaky. Good times. Good times. Thank you everybody for playing, of course, as well. Some of our newbies and some of our experienced players. Thank you, Greg, for DMing. And then everybody who's been watching us on Twitch, thanks for showing up, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Thank you.